So I welcome you in today's session of hands-on Python programming, and I hope my slides are visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So in today's session, actually, we are going to talk about Pandas library, okay, in Python programming. So let me tell you a few basic things about Pandas library. As we have discussed about NumPy library that we mainly use for array manipulations, okay, and Pandas actually is has been derived, or we can say has been built upon NumPy. Okay, NumPy we have discussed. So NumPy functions or functionalities will be enhanced here in Pandas library. You will find that a few more features, few more you can say flexibilities you will find here, okay, in addition to the things that you got through NumPy library. So Pandas is defined as an open source library and that provides high performance data manipulation in Python. So let me tell you in very simple words that in general, our data set or our real life data, we have in general in Excel files, okay, or CSV files, okay, format. So the thing is that we have to fetch that data, okay, in our environment, programming environment. So Pandas provide that type of data structures, okay, that we in general call series or data frames, okay, where you can store your data or data set, okay, that you will fetch from Excel file, okay. So if you have an Excel file, your data is there, so from there you will fetch that data or you will store that data, okay, or you will bring that data, in simple words we can say, in Pandas data structures like series and data frame, okay, and then you will start manipulation or any type of operation if you want to do in with that data, okay. So that's why if you will see that in most of the data science projects, or if you are going to do anything related to data handling, data cleaning, data wrangling, okay, so all those things we in general, you for all those things we in general use Pandas, okay, because it provides you a variety of functions where you can do these data manipulation work, okay. So this is an important library we can say, okay, especially if we are going to do some project related to data handling, data manipulation. So the name of Pandas is derived from the word panel data, okay. So panel is from pan you can take, and da is for data, from data you can take, okay. And it is used for data analysis in general. जो data analysis and data science के projects होते हैं, for that we use, developed by Wes McKinney in 2008. So ये open source library है, इसमें काफी functions have been added, but जो develop किया गया था initially, it was by Wes McKinney in 2008. So first of all, let me tell you that how you will install Pandas. As I told you, that for installing you have to use this command pip install pandas, okay, but it may be possible that you have to upgrade first your pip package, okay. So for that you can use this python slash hyphen m and pip install double times of hyphen and then upgrade pip. So this will simply upgrade your pip package, and after that you can do simply pip install pandas, okay. So it will install in your with your uh, python package, okay, pandas will be installed, and after installing you can use it, okay. So for using this library, of course we have to import it in our Jupyter notebook or whatever editor we are using. Even if we are using Colab, then from here we have to start using pandas. So for that we have to write import pandas as pd. So most of the Python programmers frequently use this pd, okay, as an alias, or we can say as a second name for pandas, that whenever we want to use this library, name of this library like pandas, so we don't want to write for the whole word pandas, that's why we will write simply pd. So we in general write, it is a common practice among Python programmers that pandas we for pandas we use pd. So that's why we are writing import. Import means importing this pandas library as PD. It means whenever you will use PD, okay, after this statement in your editor, so that PD will represent actually this pandas library. So you don't need to write all this pandas. Simply you will write PD and it will denote the pandas library. Okay. Next, let me tell you the key features of pandas. It has a fast and efficient data frame object. So we will talk in detail that what is data frame object with the default and customized indexing. So the main thing is that indexing will be default and it is customized. It means you can change it. Okay. In general, indexing, for example, if we have a table in which we have some rows and columns, so what is the basic way of indexing is that you will start from zero. For first row you can use zero, and second row you can use one. So rows index will be 0 1 2, but you can use indexing, okay, as per your choice here in data frame. So use for reshaping and pivoting the data set. So in general, if we want to reshape, okay, our data set, then we can use this pandas library. And group by data for aggregations and transformations. So various type of aggregations, it means you want to uh, add, concatenate your data set columns or row wise, and various transformations. For example, if you have a matrix, so you can do transpose and various matrix operations that you can perform mathematically. All those things you can perform here. Okay. So it is used for data alignment and integration of the missing data. So that is a common problem, that if you will store or if you will get some data, so may be possible that for few values there will be, for few cells you will not have any value. For example, for if you have student data and for some students marks is not available, okay, so that we will call missing data. Okay. So if marks is not available or some value is not available, so that is the problem. So that also we can handle here properly, and provide the functionality of time series. So time wise, if your data is going to change, then the concept of time series will come into picture. So it provides the functionality. So we will discuss it in later. First we will go for simple static data that we have in Excel file, or if we have some in tabular form. So first we will deal with that, then we will go for time series data. Process a variety of data sets in different formats like matrix data, tabular heterogeneous data, and time series. So these type of data sets you can handle here in pandas, and it handle multiple operations of the data set such as subsetting, slicing, filtering, group by, reordering, and reshaping. So you will see that we will apply these operations, and it integrates with the other libraries such as SciPy and scikit-learn. So in general, for data science projects, actually we don't use pandas solely, actually. So we use other machine learning libraries like scikit-learn or SciPy. So other libraries also we can use in the same program, in the same project, wherever we are going to use pandas. Okay. Even let me tell you that in most of the projects we use a number of libraries, like pandas will be there, scikit-learn will be there, tensorflow may be there. Okay, so like that we use. So it provides fast performance, and if you want to speed it even more, you can use the Cython. Okay. So I will explore about this Cython, so how we can use this Cython to make it fast. But itself, the processing or the functions that you will apply in pandas, that will work very fast. Okay, so Cython I will explore and tell you. So let's go to the basic data structures that we have in pandas. So in very simple words, we have to keep in mind that if you have only one column data means simply you have few values and you want to store it in one column. So for that we will use series data structure in pandas. Okay. And when we have multiple column data, for example, we have roll number of students, then name of students, then subject or marks of students. Okay. So like that, if we have rectangular data or tabular data, we can say, in which we have rows also and columns also, then we will go for data frame. Okay, so I hope you got the basic difference between series and data frame, but we will discuss it in detail. That series is defined as a one dimensional array. So that I told you that if you have only one column, Okay, so it will be one dimensional array, and that is capable of storing various data types, and you can store different data types in your values. Okay, the row labels of series are called index. So for example, if you have values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, so it will be stored in a column. Okay, and row levels will be called its index, and we can easily convert the list, tuple, and dictionary into series using series method. So see, there is a series function, series method, that we can use. And if you have a list, it means if you have some elements in list, so those elements of list will be stored in that series. So we will see that through Python programming. And a series cannot contain multiple columns, so that we have to keep in mind that series will always store your data in a single column. Okay, you can't store multiple column data in series. Okay, so it has only one parameter, that is about one column, and it can be any list, dictionary, or scalar value. So you can use a list to provide the elements or data for a series, or you can use a dictionary or a scalar value or simple value like 4, 3, that also you can use. Okay, so now let me go to the code that how we can create a series from array. If we have a array, if we have a, for example, list, so how we can create a series. Okay, so for that, what we will do, so we will try to run this program actually. So first of all, we will import this thing, import pandas as pd. So that is already there. Then after that, what we will do, we will import numpy also, because we are going to use numpy array function. So that's why we have to use this thing also. So till now we have only two statements. Like first one is import pandas as pd, that we have discussed to import pandas in our program. Import numpy as np to import numpy library. Okay, so that is about this. And for that, we will run invalid non-printable character. What is this one? Yeah. Import numpy as, so let me type this thing. Maybe possible. Import numpy as np. So now it's okay. So that you can do to import pandas library and then numpy library. What next we will do? What we will do, that an array we will create, nd array, that we already discussed in numpy array how we can create. Okay, so that we will do. And so it's so simple as we discussed in NumPy. So for example, if you want to create an array A, and in that we will write np dot array, okay? And in that we will provide a list, for example, 10, comma 20, comma 30. Okay, so this will create array A. After that, what we will do, we will provide this to series. Okay, so what we can do, we will create series, so we can write it as s is equal to pd dot series, and then we will provide this nd array or numpy array as an argument, okay, to this series function, series method of pandas. So here we are using pd dot series, so that you have to keep in mind that for series the first s will be capital. Okay, so we will try this one first. So what it will do, it will simply create an array which will hold the elements 10, 20, 30, and it will be nd array or numpy array, we can say. Next, what we will do, we will create a series. Okay, and this series will hold the elements that we have in this nd array A. It means 10, 20, and 30. So that we will create. Now if you will try to see that what you have in S, that is our series here, so that you will get. Okay, what we have, 10, 20, and 30. So it is a series, and only one column will be there. Then what is this? This 0, 1, 2 is its row number, okay, or index number of this one, you can say. Okay, only one column will be there, but row wise you can give levels. Okay, so this will be index, we can say simply. So first will be 0, then 1, then 2, and elements will be 10, 20, 30. Okay, D type means data type. What is the data type of these elements? Okay, so in this way we can create series. Okay, next we will come to data frame. Okay, so how we can create data frame. So data frame, as I told you, if you have multiple columns data set, then we will use data frame. So data frame is defined as a standard way to store data and has two different indexes, like row index will be there and column index will be there, because we are going to store in terms of tabular fashion. Okay, so it consists of the following properties. The columns can be heterogeneous types like int, bool, and so on. So the thing is that first column may be integer, then second column data you can take as for example float you can take. Okay, so the data type that you will take in different columns may be different. Okay, so that is the basic property of data frame. Because if you want to store the data about students, for example, so if your first column will be for roll number, so it may be of integer, and then after that if you have marks, then it may be in float. Okay, then if you have for example names, so names you can store in strings. Okay, so that's why column wise it may be heterogeneous, and it can be seen as a dictionary of series structure where both the rows and columns are indexed. It is denoted as columns in case of columns and index in case of rows. So let me tell you that if you have a series, so what do we mean by series? Actually, series is simply one column data. Only one column is there, it means that is a series. Okay, so if you have multiple series, so if you will store multiple series one by one, one after one, then you will get that it will be automatically in the form of a data frame. Okay, so we can see or we can assume this data frame. Okay, this data frame as a dictionary of series. Dictionary of series means, so first series is there, then next series, then third series, like that we can arrange our series, then it will become data frame. Okay, so we will take an example for that, then it will be easy to understand. So what we are going to do here, that we will create a data frame, and for data frame data, because data frame will be there, so for that we will use a list. Okay, so first of all what we are going to do, that we will take a list. Okay, so in this list what we have, so we can take another list simply. So what we will do, first of all, we will create a list. For example, L1, okay, or L we can take. And in L, what we are going to do, so we are going to take, for example, 10, comma 20, or first we can take as 1, comma 2, comma 3, okay, comma, uh, then we can take 10, comma 20, comma 30, okay. So this is a list where first element is itself a list 1, 2, 3, and second element is itself a list, that is 10, 20, 30. So there is a list, okay, in which we have two elements and both the elements are itself a list. Okay, so now we are going to provide this, okay, as a data frame. So for data frame we will use this data frame method. Okay, data frame method. So we,
Sir,
yeah, yes, let me.
sir, actually each and every line I'm getting your error, sir. Starting when I am import, I have written the import pandas and numpy, so it's also showing error. No module named pandas like this.
Okay, so just check the spelling first, and then spacing also import, then space, then pandas, then space, then as, then space, then pd.
It is right, sir.
So
Import numpy as NPS. Everything is okay, sir.
no, as NPS, not as NP
हाँ, as
or
NP
NPS.
or as
Right.
PD.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. So for that you are getting error.
No module named pandas.
Okay. So what we can do? You can do this thing on Collab directly.
So collab, sir, how I will get it? Sir, yes.
Just write on Google Collab, okay, or
So
Collab simply
here it is
first
the
thing.
Jupyter notebook I am writing actually.
Okay.
So collab, how I will get it, sir?
For Collab, you can create a Collab for new file. So what we can do? So let me do one